A big Dave day here on Community NEPA News. Dave Seaman from the Standard Speaker is with us. He's the sports editor there, and he was covering the Hazelton area boys basketball team over the weekend. Dave, they won the district's 2-4-6A sub-regional championship with a victory over Scranton, and then you had a column in on Monday, something very interesting. You said, "I've never seen a Hazelton area athlete quite like Demir Faison in my 45 plus years covering local sports." Read the whole column. It's very interesting, but briefly, what do you kind of mean like that when you're talking about a player like Demir, who's explosive? He's also emotional out there on the court, tries to keep his emotions in check at times.
Because when the game is on, there's no player quite like him that can just, highlight real worthy dunks and blocking shots into the fourth row of the bleachers wherever he's playing. Offensively, when he has it going together, it's just a level of excitement that this area has never seen in a basketball player. But there are also moments too, and Demir would be the first one to admit it. He's an emotional player, and he wears his emotions on his sleeves, and sometimes they get the best of him, and that's something he tries hard to overcome. Doesn't always. He's not always successful doing it, but when he's on his game like he was Saturday night against Scranton, he is something to watch, and he's a treat, and we're certainly going to miss him when he graduates, but I think the Cougars want to see him around for at least a few more games.
Dave, you had a great intro to your story. Steve Stallone, who also works at the Standard Speaker, had a great lead for the Hazelton area girls, who won the district's 2-4-6A sub-regional championship. He said the Hazelton area girls didn't have faith, that's with a capital F, on Friday night, so they relied on the faith they had in each other to get the job done. Without Faith Grula, one of their bigs, Dave, and one of their big players, Hazelton area was able to get the victory and beat Williamsport. Marissa Trivalpiece, 13 points, 17 rebounds, 5 steals, showed why she was the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I Player of the Year. Kieran Tolik had 13 points.
They call it vintage us, when they said the Lady Cougars, they start well, the press bothers teams, and sometimes, they use all that energy to build a lead, and sometimes, they wilt a little bit in the second half, but not totally, and they were able to hold on against Williamsport after the Millionaires cut it to 1, I believe, on 2 separate occasions. They made enough foul shots down the stretch, and, they're walking away with another championship, their third in 4 years.
Dave, so those teams going on to the state playoffs. Another team who could make noise in the state playoffs, they won the District 11 AA championship. It was the Monomoy area girls. They beat Marion Catholic. Marion Catholic will qualify for the state playoffs as well. Tamako will be off 2 states as well, as they beat Northwestern Lehigh. Dave, in the poll, Danny Berlitz from Marion, he beat his own district records in the 200 IM, 500 freestyle to get gold at the District 11 AA meet. His teammate Maddie Dando from Marion got silver in the 200 IM, gold in the 100 backstroke. And before I said, Dave, it's been such a busy Monday. That's when we record these. I didn't get to read the Hazelton area article yet or the District 2 swimming information. You came in just with a flood, like the poll was overflowing with how well the Cougars did.
Yeah, sophomore Tony Goldstone was, 2 individual gold medals, and part of a relay team that wasn't expected to win, but the medley relay team from Hazelton area with Tony Goldstone and Paul Flowers and Brandon DeGrossa and Ryan Kovalik. Ryan Kovalik won the 500 free. Paul Flowers had a district record in the breaststroke. He's going to the States again. Very successful. You had Marina O'Hara winning a district championship in the backstroke. So a lot of success in the pool for the Hazelton area Cougars this weekend.
And we had a story on them, I think, a week back. Check that out on SSP TV News. Many of the swimmers Dave just mentioned were in it. Of course, Standard Speaker had coverage of the district championship meet. And Dave, in wrestling, we'll have a few wrestlers going out to the state championships. That'll include 3 regional champions. Colin Fagley won Southeast Regional Championship at 195 pounds. He's 33-1. Ryan Wetz of North Schuylkill is the Southeast champ at 285. He's 31-5. And Shane Noonan won the Northeast Region 220-pound championship. Dave, he's 41-0 as he heads out to state for his senior year. Big moment. There's a great shot I saw this there, Speaker, of him hugging his coach too, so that was a nice moment, and a lot more to go for him.
Yeah, there is, and I know he has a chip on his shoulder because he didn't get a medal last year at Hershey, and I know that's driving him, and he had a couple of tougher tests at Bethlehem for the regional tournament. He didn't pin anybody, but he won. He got it out a couple of tough matches, and he showed how strong he is in every position, and he's definitely in line to do damage at the state tournament. I know he wants to win a state championship, but it's state medal or bust for him because it's driving him, and it has all season. And another super nice young human being because he's a credit to Hazelton area, the high school, and the community to puts it all out on the line every match, and he's going to be a great representative in Hershey.
And Dave, really quick as we close out, Bryce Harper gets what, 13 years? Was it 330 million, something like that? Worth it for the Phillies?
Well, I guess we'll see. Stay tuned. Yeah, I mean, if it's worth it, yeah, it's definitely worth it. How many tickets did they sell?
Yeah,
And
jerseys,
and so right now it's worth it. But they got him to win, and that's going to be the obvious draw for the Phillies. If he could bring, he's going to put fannies in the seats. There's no doubt about that. Now it's put up or shut up time for Bryce Harper. He's got the money. Now it's time to lead the Phillies to the playoffs. That's what they got him for, and let's see what happens.
Well, Dave, thank you so much. Like I said, it's a busy time of year. We have state championships coming up in a lot of sports. This Darren Speaker and Dave Seaman will have you covered.